of a short week after Thanksgiving, but it doesn't mean that we can escape our nature to rant about random shit. And today, because it's a rainy, crappy day, I wanted to rant, as many curly hair girls do, about growing out a pixie haircut. Ugh. Seriously. So, I think back in over probably the last 17 years, I've had short hair more often than I've had long hair. But probably every 3 years, I get this crazy idea in my head that I need to grow it out, and that I will look really cute with long hair again, and love my curls, and blah, blah, blah. So, when I have it short, I feel kind of cool. Like, I'm edgy, and I don't have what my son refers to as mom hair. I remind him the reason I don't have mom hair is precisely because he calls it mom hair, and I refuse to do that, and to wear mom jeans with a big bun in front bunt thing. So anyways, off topic. So every few years I think, yeah, I'll grow my hair out, it shouldn't be too difficult. And between you and me and my hairstylist Ange, it's a fucking pain in the ass. Because it takes me about a year and a half to grow out the haircut that I debated keeping for a year and a half. So I'm on this perpetual yo-yo diet of short hair, long hair, short hair, long hair. However, in between growing it out, what they don't tell you about growing out a pixie cut are the 3 phases of growing out a pixie cut, of which I will embellish and let you know my thoughts. And for my curly-haired sister, these phases are probably even worse. And if you're like me and 6 feet tall and a giant, so like guy-sized on a good day, not having a cute girly haircut, it sucks. So anyways, 3 phases of growing out a pixie haircut. And this is what you have to look forward to, ladies. And you can guess for yourself which of those 3 phases I'm in. So here we go. Phase 1, growing out a pixie cut, is definitely what I would like to refer to as a helmet. It looks a lot like this, and basically it is just the exact same shape as your skull, only poofier, and is probably reminiscent of the haircut your own mom had when you were growing up and you were totally embarrassed of. Really, ultimately not conducive to feeling edgy and cool at any point in time. Phase 1. Phase 2, you get to graduate from a helmet to a goddamn triangle. So at some point, these sides do start to grow out. The problem is, as they're growing out, they grow out. So what you end up with is kind of like this flat section at the top, because now the hair's getting longer and heavier, and these guys aren't so long or heavy, but what they really are attracted to east and west, and they like grow out. So you end up with this triangle, and I am, on most days, really riding a fine line between a helmet and a triangle, so good times. Third phase, and probably the scariest, is what I would like to refer to as the mushroom, because I think mushroom is probably nicer than mullet. If you're fortunate enough to have some sides and some back that you can start to grow out, you start to grow the top and you start to grow the sides and the back, and at some point you hope you can level them off and have some sort of like cute bob, and then that bob can just grow willy-nilly down your ass. But in the meantime, when you're starting to grow out those back and sides, I'm going to call it a mushroom, because you still have like the helmet, but now you're starting to grow the sprouts or the tail of the mushroom. And if you're lucky, it'll still look like a mushroom, and you won't look like you should be on an episode of the Trailer Park Boys with this like business in the front, party in the back thing you got going on. So basically, those are my 3 stages, and I, like every good addict, am in stage 1, which is not acceptance. Though I admit I have a problem with keeping my mind on track whether I like short hair or long hair, my phase 1 is stupid helmet hair, or on the bubble of what my kid would call mom hair. And the problem is, when you were 10 and growing your hair out, you could put cute little hair bands in, you could put little clippy barrettes. If you're a 45-year-old businesswoman, if you're a 35-year-old woman, you cannot rock a fucking barrette or really a hairband unless you're in a yoga class. So you get stuck with this, looking kind of like Hodor on Game of Thrones, where they used like a straight edge to cut your hair. Not at all sexy. So I guess maybe this rant is more of a public service announcement for any women who are considering growing out their cute, funky, edgy pixie haircut. You need to realize that this is a commitment. This is basically an 18-month commitment to looking like a mom, but no disrespect to moms. Like you are stuck somewhere between 1982 and waking up from a massive hangover, too tired to do anything about your hair. So don't expect to look hot. Don't expect to look edgy. Just try not to look like an absolute fool. Perhaps, though, if you're lucky enough, you could figure out a way to make us like those dolls that we had when we were growing up. I think way back when they were Chrissy dolls, and then we had like some cinnamon doll. But basically you just kind of like pull at the back and whoosh, she had long hair. I would like that as an option so that I could be like, oh, cute pixie, whoop, press the button, and then, oh, want it long? Whoop, pull it long. That would be ideal. But I'm not sure where you would place the button, and I feel like that would make for some really awkward conversations if you were still dating. So I guess I'm just going to live with it. Bear with me as I get out of the helmet phase and I converge into my triangle, and I'm sure I'll have many more hair days that I can keep you posted about.